backtesting your strategies. Starting to backtest people's strategies on live stream, but also off stream as well. And today I have someone sent me their backtest, and what we're going to do is we're going to copy and we're going to paste it into Agentix. I have it linked in my bio, and we're going to see how it performs. We're going to put this in. This is on ES on this is going to be ES on the 1 minute, so we're going to put ES 1 minute. Let's send it. Let's see what this one does now. This one says ES on 1 minute bars, all hours with no session restriction. So from 7 to 9:25 a.m. Eastern, I measure out the high or the low in between that time period and wait for it to sweep one side and wait for an inverse fair value gap and target the other. For example, it sweeps the high, I wait for the inverse fair value gap, target the low, or I wait for it to sweep, and sweep the low and wait for the inverse fair value gap and target the high of the range. And I put my stop loss on the swing low that swept it and target the high or low depending on what side we swept. And this is happening on the 1 minute time frame. Yes. Okay. So yeah, it took about, let's see right here. Yeah, so it took less than a minute to basically build it up. So here, let's go over here. We're going to click the 2-year backtest on the most recent 2 years to see what their performance would have been like over the most recent time period they would have been trading. So it loads up pretty quickly, less than 10 seconds, 500,000 bars. So yeah, it's immediately, so it's starting to take trades. We see we're into the first year in 2024. It is down 85%, 75. Okay, it recovered a little bit. Wow, yeah, this is not a good strategy, guys. Statistically speaking, from this backtest, this strategy does not look very good. It looks like it lost everything again. Wow, it got stuck. Yeah, look at that. So when it loses equity up until a certain point, so this took 1,114 trades. It lost basically everything except for about $3,000 from 100,000, and I guess it stopped taking trades because I'm assuming it doesn't have the margin to actually cover all the trades. Wow, that's brutal. So yeah, if you're trading the strategy, probably a good idea to avoid it. Hopefully this could finish up soon. We could look at the full results, but yeah, the strategy is not looking too good. Yeah, so you got like a minute left, but it's not gonna be able to take the trades, unfortunately, because it just doesn't have enough equity in its account. It lost too much money. So if you're using the strategy, it's basically telling you, hey, it's done for. Can't do anything about it. You lost everything. So I'm gonna stop the back test. I'm gonna reload it. Let's go back here. I'm gonna try doing this one again. So ES, not MN. Okay, we're gonna do S&P 1 minute extended trading. We're gonna send this one again. This time I'm gonna do it just for a year to see how it performs. So we're gonna resend it, and with this, you also have GEX levels on this. You have futures up to 10 years, and then you have equities up to 26 years. So it's a very good site. I have it linked in my bio. You will get a 10% discount through my link. But yeah, so this one's gonna rewrite it. I reloaded the page just in case if it had any, if it was a little buggy. You shouldn't have any bugs, but sometimes you might have to reload the page if the backtests aren't completing. So now I'm gonna go back. I'm just gonna do a simple. I'm gonna simple back a little bit before October. So August 16th to August 12th, about a 1 year backtest. We're gonna run it, see how it did in the most recent year, see if this is profitable. So it ran through. Wow, look at that. It ran through about 100,000 bars in less than like 5 seconds. So yeah, we'll look at this minus 50%, but it's taking trades. Taking trades. It's still going. Okay, it recovers a little bit and it just keeps dropping. Yeah, let's look at this. Like, that's not good. It might lose everything again. It might actually hit zero. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's heading towards zero right now. So it still has about like 8 months to go. Wow. Minus 97%, minus 97.3. And yeah, I think it's out. This one just failed again. Wow. That is unfortunate. It's got 40 seconds to go. Oh, it's still going. Did it go even lower? Oh my god. Did it take any wins? I'm just curious. So wow, look at the entry. It entered it entered at 6,955, and it has its take profit at 6,990. So about a 45 no $35 take profit difference. But then its stop loss, look how tight that stop loss is. That stop loss is, wow. The exit, look at the exit and entry. They are like 50 cents apart. That's insane. But yeah, so this should be downloading soon. Took about a little under 700 trades, lost 97% of its value. Wow. Yeah. Look at, and it just stopped taking trades. So I think it just lost all its margin. So let's open up the full results and see what happened here. And this gives you a grade. You could also look through the summary. You could do the trade analysis, risk analysis, regime, Monte Carlo, and prop firm. We're going to go through all of them for this because I am interested. I'm curious to see what happened here. But looking at it, we see that this is a very losing strategy. It has 10 major issues. Total return is negative. Max drawdown is minus 97. Sharp ratio is negative. Sorrentino is negative. If the profit factor is less than 1, it means you're losing money. So it's a profit factor of 0.5, meaning every dollar you put into this, you're losing 50 cents. It's minus 50% profit factor. Very bad. Expectancy is minus 140, so each trade loses on average. Expectancy is minus 0.72 R. Let's see what else we can find here. Let's see. This is compared to buying and holding. As you can see, buying and holding completely just blows it out the water. And as you can see on the monthly returns, it's negative, 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 and it just stopped taking trades. It just, I guess the confluences stopped lining up, and I guess you ran out of margin. Can't take trades because once you hit a certain point with futures, if you don't have enough margin, you're not able to take trades. So if this kept going, you would have basically hit zero. Let's see right here. Yeah, like negative 300% alpha is crazy. The buy and the hold would have given you about 20% over the same time period. It's about, I believe, let's see, it's about a 1 year back test right here. So in 1 year, you ever gotten 20% just buying and holding. This one has a negative 300% alpha, meaning compared to the benchmark, you would have lost so much more money. 3 times. You would have like lost 3 times the money that you put into this thing. Something like that. Negative 306%. That is so bad. I don't even understand how to interpret this. Like a negative 306% alpha is insane. And as you could see, like annualized return minus 97% in 1 year. Largest loss was 1,000. But look how big that winner is. Wow, this strategy is really volatile. Look at that. Your best day, you make 25%. 25%. You win $13,000. That's that. Your largest loss is only 1,000. But guess what? Guess what your win rate is up here? Where's your win rate? Hold up. Let me see. It's a 3.8% win rate. What are you guys trading? I'm just curious. Let's look at the trade summary. I want to look at the winners, and I can click up here to sort by the biggest winner. I'm curious what happened here. So it went long. It held it for a little under a day. It entered. Wow, look at that. It entered at 65.32 and exited at 65.65. And this is a $13,000 gain, about a 0.5% on the PNL. And it hit the, yeah, this was a long it hit. So it had only 26 winners. Yeah, guys, oh my, guys, look how big these winners are. These winners are huge. So I think what's happening is you have a very tight stop loss and a very high take profit. So as you can see, it completely just goes down. Distribution, $0 on most trades. 90 trades are losing. And as you can see here, this didn't take actually that many trades. It only took about 700 trades, which isn't crazy in a year if you think about it. Like 255 trading days. You're taking a little under 3 trades a day, which isn't too crazy, but only 26 winners. But look at the losers. Losers are like minus 30, minus 30, minus 30, minus. It just keeps hitting a stop loss. Stop loss on this is probably way too tight. Look, the average loser is only about $300. The worst trade was only about minus 1,000. 4% win rate though, 3.8%. Yeah, risk analysis just completely flatlines. Terrible statistics. Um, yeah, your tail risk. Your best day was still plus 25%. Expected shortfall. Average loss on days beyond the value at risk. Yeah, it's not good. Worst expected daily loss on 95% of days was about minus 10%, minus 9%. So the losses aren't actually super big. They're just very frequent. So if I look over here on the prop firm simulator, look at this. It's only minus 140, which isn't good at all. Trust me on that. But with a minus 140, I could see you getting lucky and getting payouts. As you can see here, like you have like a actually pretty high consistency rule. You get a 21% consistency rule. You pass about 12%. Like if you buy 10 accounts, you're passing in theory one of them. Maybe if you got lucky, you pass 2 accounts out of 10 and maybe you get a payout like that. This number isn't crazy high. When you have an expected value that isn't crazy high, you can always get positive variance and outperform this number. But what I'm curious about is I want to optimize the strategy. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to say, I'm going to go back to this. Let's go back to this chat here. So let's see. Can I hold up full results? If I click here, I have to go back here. If you click here and you go back into your chats right here, let's open this up. This was the one I did most recently. If you go back here, let's go. If you click up here, optimize, you can click here to the optimize, you can analyze improvements. So let's see what it's going to do. This is going to read through the strategy and say, hey, what went wrong? How can we improve it? So what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, I want this. I like that it has big wins. I like how big the winners are. I don't like how frequently it loses. I don't like that 4% win rate. If this had maybe like a 20-30% win rate, probably one of the best strategies. So we're going to say optimize it. So here we go. It's going to say short trades suffer systematic losses. So the short trades are bad. It was saying the inverse fair value gap, retest filter, and swing based stops are not preventing whipsaw entries in ranging slash choppy conditions. Catastrophic losses driven by short side dominance in choppy and downtrending markets. Basically, what it's saying is because markets were choppy, they were going downtrending, you were taking on way too many losses. It's probably because the stop loss is too tight. So we're going to say add a regime filter. Build this change. We wanted to add a regime filter so that way whenever we have those markets where it's downtrending, it's going to be able to adjust a regime filter so that way in the regime it does worst, it will avoid that now, and hopefully the statistics will look better. We're going to go back and do another 1 year back test and see how it performs in this case. So you can click on that. It's working on it. It's building it out. As you can see here, it's building out the code. Here we go. It generates the code now. And the coolest part is you can always look through this code and edit around if you want to change anything. Oh, here we go. Let's go back here. Let's move this July 20th. About again another 1 year back test. Now let's run it and see. We added a regime filter. The regime filter was for the regime that did worsen, which was choppy slash downtrending. Here we go. It's going to start taking trades. Now let's see. Let's see if this improves. Ooh, okay. It was positive for a second. That gives me hope. But yeah, immediately starts flatlining again. Hopefully it picks back up because if it doesn't, this is going to be another fail. And I have to optimize this one again. So if you guys like, you can always optimize your strategies and it'll tell you what struggles with. So this one, it is doing better, I will say. Wow, it's going back up. Okay, there we go. Oh, this one. No, come on, don't flatline on me now. This one went up a little bit. Oh, now it's going down, but it still has about 8 months to go. It might recover. It's not that negative. Okay, now it's not negative. Oh no. Okay. It's like watching a roller coaster. It's like minus 20%, plus 5%, minus 15%, minus 17%, minus 27. Oh no, it might not recover. Minus 35, minus 40. It's got a few months to go. Minus 31, minus 42, minus 44, minus 47, minus 50. Yeah. Oh, what was that? I'm so curious about that one. Look at that, guys. Whoa, what just happened? It went from negative like 50% plus. What is this strategy? Look at this pattern. It is like a roller coaster, just straight down and it shoots back up. Yeah, it's a very volatile strategy. And look here, it took 600 trades. So in a year, again, it's about like a little over 3 trades a day, give or take. But yeah, wow, it still ended up negative. Is it gonna end up negative? Still got a month to go. Wait, Oh, it went back up. It's starting to recover and it went, but look at these peaks. Yeah. Wow. So it is ending negative. It is going to end negative from the looks of it. As you can see here, this is August. Yeah, minus 37%. Oh, the win rate improved. It went from a 3.8% win rate to a 6.0% win rate. I'm assuming it ended with 70,000 as opposed to 2,000. It took 800 trades, lost at most 60, like about 65% of its value, and had a negative 29.1% return. Oh my god. Look at this curve, guys. Look how volatile that thing is. It's like it just goes off a cliff, bounces back up. I'm curious about this trade, the one that completely made a recover. What date was this trade? I'm curious. It was March 6th, 2026. So let's see if we can find this one. So you can look through here. This is July. I want to find March. Okay. Where's the March one? Sorry, let me find out what date this was. Yeah, March 8th. So if we look here, this is showing me how many trades. Oh yeah, I can scroll down. Where's March? Let's see. March would be on this page. Yeah, here we go. We can scroll down and we can find that March trade that was a winner. How big was that? This was towards was it this one? Oh wow, look at this, guys. Hold up, let me scroll over here. Look at this trade. Whoa, look at this one. And we can click here and it'll show you the entry. Wait. So it entered here. Wait, was this a winner or a loser? I'm curious. Oh no, this one was the loser. I'm sorry. This was a loser, not okay. Not the winner. Was this the winner? Oh, was it? Yeah, oh, sorry. This was the winner. Okay. So the stop loss was here, the entry was here, and the exit was up here. Okay. Wow. So look at that. It entered here. It exited all the way up here, and it had a very tight stop loss. The stop loss was like literally right at almost at the entry. Wow. Look at the entry. The entry was 66.21. The stop loss was 60.20. The take profit was 68.05, and it exited at the take profit without touching the stop loss. Wow, this one's actually one of the greatest trades I think I've ever seen, and this one made $64,000. Wow, it hit the target. So if I open up the full results, wow, that is that is actually incredible. So I wonder if the score improved. So that last one was an F. Oh my god, yeah, this one's still an F, but the win rate improved. It was a 3.8 last time. Now it's about a 5.9, which isn't terrible, not great, but it took 800 trades. Its profit factor is better. Last one was 0.5. This one's 0.95. Still a negative strategy, still a losing strategy, but it did get improved a little bit, as we could see. Let's see what else you can see here. What has positive alpha? I don't know. I don't know how it got positive alpha when it's losing money. I'm curious about that. I guess maybe this is how the benchmark performed. Yeah, curious about how it got to that number, because I guess benchmarks plus 22%. Maybe it had positive alpha when, scroll back up here, when, as you can see, it's like actually beating it right here. The buy and the hold was plus 9%. The strategy was, let's see, what's the peak here? Does it show that? Oh, how much was the strategy here? Yeah, strategy is plus 33. Buy and hold is like 26. So maybe that's where it got that alpha reading from. I'm not too sure. As you can see, you have strengths here as well. So wow, the best day was over. Like you doubled your money on the best day. The alpha is 75%, includes indicating excess returns above the benchmark. Wow, I'm very curious about that. Winning trades were held longer. 800 trades were executed, meaning it's a meaningful sample size. Yeah. And let's look at the prop from Simulator because I'm curious about this. Yeah, so the last one was about a negative like 140. This one's negative 36. So I could see this on prop from as potentially being positive short term. If you get it like a winning streak, this is a 14% consistency rule. You're passing about 13% simulation. So again, you're expected to pass about a little over 1 in 10. I could see people getting lucky with this. So if I look again at the overview, not that negative in terms of the profit factor. And let's see the winners here. Oh my god, look at this. Now there was 20 winners last time. Now there's 47. and there's about 756 losers. So again, terrible win rate, massive winners. Just look at that. Wow, plus 65, about or 64, plus 50, plus 46. This is a strategy that is not good for your heart. You're gonna get a heart attack trading this thing. Only took longs though, so no shorts. As you can remember in the last one, it said that it said that the it said that the short regime was the one that was worse when it was a downtrending market. The shorts were the ones that it struggled with the most. So this one, it optimized it not to take any shorts. So it turned it into a long only strategy, added a regime filter, and look at that. The average winners 11,000, average losers minus 43. And as you look at the Monte Carlo, wow, this one is just isn't it amazing when you actually algorithmically test your strategies? So yeah, as you can see, the best performance was about like I think more than doubled your money, but the worst performance you lost all your money. And we can resample again just to see. Yeah, look at that. It is such a volatile strategy, this one. If you look at the risk analysis, I'm just curious. Yeah, negative Sharpe ratio, but the Sorrentino is positive, which is interesting to see. And if we scroll down here, yeah, look at that. The best day you more than doubled it. The worst day you lost a little under 20%. So it is one of the more volatile strategies. I don't recommend people to actually use this, but it is interesting to see. Like, look at that pattern. It just like minus 50, 60% almost bounces back up minus 70. Oh my, is that minus 65, almost minus 70? And it's almost like 0% drawdown. Look how insane that is. In a month. In a month, like it just boom, it's right back up in like a month and a few days, and it just goes right back down. So yeah, this is one of the more insane strategies I've seen. So yeah, trending up, it does amazing. And again, choppy, it improved about 3%. The best is an 11% win rate, is crazy. Yeah, look at the volatility on this thing. Yeah, so volatile market, 200 trades. Choppy 270, trending down. It only took 47. This makes sense. We added a regime filter, so it would do less of that. So yeah, as you can see, very interesting strategy. And I can click here, download PDF, and I can open this up, and we can see kind of this. If you guys want, I can send you this as well for your strategies. And as you can see, here's that beautiful equity curve, max drawdown, your net PNL, profit factor, win rate, your net return. Here we go. And we scroll down, use the market regime, performance details, risk, and quality right here, straight your trade statistics, Monte Carlo, prop firm eval. And at the bottom, it actually lists out all the rules that it took the trades with, in case you were curious, like, hey, did it take all the right trades? And maybe I want to change something here. So if you wanted to change any of the exit rules, invalidation, entry rules, indicators, setup, whatever the case is, you can copy this, remove the rules you don't want it to use, or paste in new rules as well. You can switch it around. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, whatever you guys want to do. And if you're curious about me backtesting your strategy to see if it's statistically valid, if statistically this is something that might work. Again, this is probabilistic modeling. It is not deterministic in terms of the future. The future could say, hey, this strategy at a 100% win rate goes to 0. This strategy at a 0% win rate goes to 100. But it is just statistical validation over historical data. It does point to saying, hey, the odds are that in the future, if X, Y, and Z happened in the past, there's a chance that X, Y, and Z happens again in the future. So if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to, again, like and follow, and send me your backtests if you want me to do them.